yes, I saw the title and I know what you're thinking. Why would I spend, as a college student, $10,500 to fix a 20-year-old G35? Well, I'll tell you why. Because that G35 is almost as old as I am, right? My mom has had that G35 almost the entire time I've been alive. That car is pretty much all I've known. Like, we've had other cars in the past, in between, and we've had other cars right now. But so that G35 is the bread and butter of what makes me and my mom and a little bit of even my brother. He wants the car after I'm done with it. So the G35 means a lot to us, straight up. That's the answer for you. That's why I spent so much money, and my mom helped me with some of the bigger payments on some of the stuff we're going to talk about later in the video. That's why we spent so much, because it is a meaningful piece of machinery to us. Now, if you're a car person out there, you know you're going to spend however much money on a car that you love to death. This is like a normal thing to car people that make project cars such and such. But to an average person, they're going to see a G35 and be like, a car that's worth like what, $5,000 to $8,000, good mileage? Why would you spend 10.5K on a 250,000 mile G35? Well, simple as that. It's a memento. It's a moving memento of my life, my mom's life, and even a little bit of my brother. So that's why the money was spent. Hey, what's up, guys? It's JayTKix back again with another video, a new type of video. This is the first mini doc. I don't want to call it documentary because I don't know how I'm going to be editing it so far, but you can call it a mini doc. This is the first mini doc of the channel. I'm pretty sure it's the first video of this style I'm doing. It's the first video I'm doing in a long time, years, literal years. If you were an astute stream watcher of mine, the very miniature streams I've done here and there, you notice that my Corvette flag here, my NASCAR wall and my Corvette flag is completely gone. That's because, judging by these Home Depot boxes, this is mirrored, these boxes behind me, if you're an astute observationalist, you will know that barren walls, Home Depot boxes equals move. So yes, I'm in between a move right now. In between's being generous, kind of just starting. You guys don't care about them details, but yes, that's why the room's barren. That's why I got boxes up. That's why it's kind of crazy. We're taking all this stuff, moving it somewhere else. So bear with me on the aesthetics not being A1 right now, as you're typically accustomed to in my videos. But yes, today we will be watching my step-by-step recording process. Kind of not step-by-step towards the end of it, because school happened and I didn't get to record a lot of it because, you know, homework, you know how college gets. I had a lot of homework to do by the time the car was pretty much done, and I was doing like just cosmetic stuff on there. But yes, this is the full rebuild, I guess you can call it, of my G35. Now, my first video I filmed for this documentary was all the way in January. Then there's January when we got the car towed. When we first got the estimate, when we've got it fixed, when we went to go see it periodically. Some cold nights in February. That Georgia February, man, let me tell you, it's not one to be played with. It's cold out there. But yes, so it's gonna be bits and pieces. The beginning of the documentary, I did a really good job of updating you guys, but after the car got fixed, I kind of fell off because that's when school kind of ramped up for me. I was taking Calc 2, probability, Android programming. I was doing a lot of things in school, and I had to just hunker down and on that. But as I'm editing the video and watching my own footage back, I will be this right here, interjecting either a voiceover or maybe just putting myself in the video just to describe things. So like I said before, after about I get the car like fixed is when I kind of start to taper off and not record as much updates, but I will just interject those updates. But yeah, let's get right into it. Hopefully this video feels like it's gonna be long. I'm looking at the footage right now, it looks long, so hopefully you guys can get some snacks, you know, maybe some Uber Eats, some DoorDash, some Grubhub, you know, whatever the kids be eating nowadays. But yeah, hopefully y'all just sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. I'm gonna try to make it entertaining for y'all, or try to, like, at least, you know, give some inspiration. If you want to fix your G35 or your project car or your car that you crashed and wanted to fix it, you know, maybe you get some inspiration, you know. So yeah, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy this video, because it's going to be a long one. Don't know how long, but it's gonna be long for sure. Let's get right into it. Where should I look? Should I look over here? Should I look over here? What's up, guys? JayTKix here, back again with my first video in like 4 years, 3-4 years, 2026, about 4 years. So today we're going to be documenting the journey of rebuilding my 2007 G35 that my mom has had literally since I was like 1 year old. Literally since I was about 2. So long story short, I was driving home from a hangout with some friends after eating some McDonald's, and
oh my God, look at the moon. I said, whoa, I just told you don't come in the door. I said, what is that saying? I had to let you know you're not my my show. My money gets all every day. Yeah, it grow.
Literally, I hit a deer. Straight up, we're gonna say I hit a deer. Craziest part is, though, I was driving slow. I was driving under the limit because I'm already a super cautious, anxious driver. So I was already driving under the limit, and there was no one on the road in front of me. There was someone behind me, right? But they weren't super close, but they were close enough that if I emergency braked, they probably would have hit me anyway in the rear. And when I was driving under the speed, about 5 under the speed limit. It was dark on purpose because I was trying to be cautious because I knew there was deer in the area that I live, and I still hit one. That was November 2023. It sat in the garage it's January 2026. So January 9th, 2026. So it sat in that garage for 3 years and 2 years and 2 months. 22. My mom spent some time looking for a new car. The week I crashed it. We got a BMW 430i 2017 M Sport. Beautiful car. Great car. About a month ago, she got rear-ended pretty bad. Car was destroyed. We were going to buy the car back for a short amount of money. Insurance gave us the runaround. State Farm, by the way. State Farm gave us the runaround. Said it's going to take $7,000 to buy the car back, and then plus the repairs would have cost about $7,000 because I resourced all the parts. Like, not worth it. Might as well just fix the G while I'm trying to spend that much money anyway. So yeah, we're gonna be documenting the journey of fixing the G35. I actually just somewhat cleaned out the garage, so the tow truck is gonna come when I'm at work. I'm in my work shirt right now, so the tow truck's gonna come when I'm at work to pick it up and take it to my usual place that I get the G35 serviced. So we're going to get the mechanics fixed first, then we're going to get the bodywork fixed because there needs to be some bodywork fixes. So we're going to go over what needs to be done with the car and what I want to be done with the car. So we're just going to do that. We're going to do that right now. I'm sitting right next to the garage door. Let's go ahead and get into it. Hey guys, first interjection of the video. When I'm going over the stuff I want to fix with the car in the January 9th, I believe it is, segment of the video, I'm talking about a lot of things I want to do with the car that I don't end up doing. It's 6 months later. I'd never end up doing all the cosmetic, like lips and spoilers, things I talk about doing with the car. I never do it. And I never get the CarPlay module either. I got a dashboard CarPlay module. I just think it's transparency, you know, transparency. I don't want y'all going in and think I'm going to do something to a car at the end of the video, and I never do it, you know. I ended up not doing it because, you know, money for the main thing, and number two, I want to keep it kind of conserved for when my brother gets it in a few years. He's still got about 5 years down the line to get the car, but I want to keep it clean for him to because he's going to be the end of the line user, I guess. Free reign for him to do. I'm going to keep it clean because in about a year's time, I want to get a Camaro RS V6. So, you know, I want to save my money up for the Camaro, save my money up for when I finish college, do what else I want to do when I finish college. Yeah, so it's just a financial thing. I merely wanted the car to run and have working creature comforts, and that's it. So, yeah. So most of the stuff that is not structural or mechanical does not get added to the car. Just want to put that out there. All right, so as we walk out here, I moved some of the boxes. This is where my mom usually parks. I just kind of threw them out the way. I'm gonna put them back better later. So it's January. We're still putting the Christmas decorations. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Y'all think he sent that deer out my way? He probably did. So I moved a lot of these boxes. It literally, the car was, no pun intended, boxed in on all sides here. Boxes here. You still got a bunch of boxes there. Boxes here. Decorations there. Lined all the way up. So it was a pretty confining spot for the G35. So it's been sitting here for about 2 years, mind you. So we've got spider eggs there, spider webs out the wazoo. You would have thought Peter Parker drove this thing. Spider webs all in the wheels, all that. And as we come to the front, we see the impact area. We got some bending on the hood here, on this edge right here. This is minor. I probably will get this fixed eventually. Not priority though. This is the real problem area. So we're gonna get it taken to the mechanic today, hopefully. I'm not sure what's wrong with it to its fullest extent, but I know that this radiator right here needs to go. See all the blades from the grill pretty much ripped a lot of the heat sink, kind of messed up that airflow. This wiring harness to the O2 sensor is ripped, and then the O2 sensor itself is ripped out. So I've been saying since it happened that new radiator, some new O2 sensor, new O2 hose, reservoir, or whatever. I'm not entirely sure, and the emblem popped out. It actually popped out, and it fell onto the bumper. It fell onto the bumper. Wow. It fell onto the bumper assembly and was laying like in the radiator. So I actually have the emblem sitting on my desk as like a memento of the car in itself. So I actually ordered an LED emblem that slots right back in, and I'm gonna get a new metal grill to just replace it right there. For the bumper, I wanted to get a G37 style bumper, the one with the fog lights that kind of like swoop up right here. I'll put a picture of it up so I don't have to play charades, but I do want to get that. The problem with that is that I would have to get G37 style headlights here, and I would have to do a G37 bumper kind of, I want to say assignment, that's not the word, but bumper like adapter, I guess, so that G37 bumper would fit on the G35 body, because they're widely the same. But the biggest difference, besides the tech in the car, in the cabin, is the front bumper and the headlights. So the headlights are probably going to need to be replaced anyway. There's some minor cracks on this one. Camera doesn't really pick it up too well. It's more defined here, and then it is also very defined on this headlight. So I'm a bit worried about moisture getting in there. Just opened the garage and it's already getting some moisture in there. So who knows? I'll have to price that out. An alternative to getting a G37 style bumper is just putting a G35 bumper on there and then putting a lip under here, possibly, because I wanted to make it sportier. Since I'm already fixing it, repairing it, why not make it sportier, right? So That's also an option instead of a G37 style bumper and headlights, which is the main idea. The backup plan would just be G35 bumper, front lip. And I'm thinking about ordering it from Partify because they'll paint match it, but not too sure yet. I want to get the car mechanically fixed before we go cosmetically fixed, right? So on the interior, everywhere else in the car is pretty much fine. What I want to do in here is I actually want to put a retrofit CarPlay module into the infotainment system. So it's like a little box, like a wireless little modem box type thing that you can just tuck under the sidewall of the transmission tunnel here. And the idea is that you get to keep your manufacturer UI, so you see your maintenance, your basic car status, and your manufacturer's UI, but you can click the button and swap over to the CarPlay Android Auto system. And I found that much cooler than taking this whole like classy timepiece midsection out here and then slapping a big Tesla style screen in there, which was what a lot of people did. I thought that was really ugly. And I have this wide view mirror and rear view camera that's integrated into the mirror. It's a pretty decent system, but as you can see, the wiring me and my grandfather did was quite amateurish, not very professional, but it got the job done for the like 2 years I used the camera on the car for. But the manufacturer I'm buying the module from also sells a front and rear camera system that actually links up with that CarPlay module. So I'm probably gonna get that front rear camera, the CarPlay module, all three put in the car. And then finally back here, I wanted to do a spoiler, just not a big wing. I don't like wings on street cars, especially this one, unless they come factory, like a Z01 1LE, like my neighbor has, or like a GT3 RS or a C801, something like that. If it doesn't come with the big wing, I don't think it needs it. So I'm gonna get like a spoiler lip kind of thing. It's gonna be black. I don't want to do carbon fiber. I think carbon fiber is played out. Not played out. It looks good on some builds. This car, I don't think it would. So I want a black lip here on the deck lid, and then I'm gonna do a lip in the front. Depending on if I do the G35 or G37 bumper, I might do a lip anyway, just to match it. Who knows? And then in addition to getting LED headlights replaced, most likely, if I do get them replaced, I'm probably gonna do LEDs on the tails as well. And then for the exhaust down here, I might leave that stock. I really do like, why is there a dustpan under there? Anyway, I really do like the stock exhaust note of the V6. I don't know. I don't think the VQ engines need to be opened up. I think they sound fine stock. So yeah, as you can see, the wheels are not stock. I got these put on before I even started driving the car when I was like 14, 15. And yeah, besides that, that's pretty much all I have the plans for. There's some minor touch-ups I might do later down the line. Those have been there for years, so I'm not going to start tripping about it now. Got to allocate the money properly. But yeah, that's the initial walk around of the car. And when major updates come through, we will record. So yeah, on to part 2, whatever part 2 is. An important thing I forgot to mention while cleaning off the car to get it towed is that this bumper assembly right here, it's snapped off from the actual bumper and it's now stuck on the fender. So there is a high probability that I would have to get a new bumper regardless, which I knew, but I thought I could possibly get it buffed out. Maybe pull it out right here. Maybe pull that out. Who knows? And is that the hood latch that's broken? Man, that's not good. Okay. Again, back when we have another update. And one more thing I will add while cleaning. I remembered that I actually do need to replace the subwoofer back here. I have yet to find a Bose subwoofer that this car was kitted with. So I might have to get like some random third-party one. I don't know. But that Bose subwoofer blew like 5-6 months before the incident happened. So yes, it does also need a new Bose subwoofer as well. But that was just blown out due to use. Me and my mom like to jam in the whipski. So yeah, new subwoofer plus everything else. Yeah. Okay, back with a fro next time. New update next time, for sure. Okay guys, another interjection for the video. This next section is a small section. This is the section later that day after I had, not even later that day, about 45 minutes after I filmed that walk around of the car. I thought the tow truck was going to come after my shift. He ended up coming right before my shift. So that was right before I went to work that day, where the car was towed, and I said to the mechanic, we want to get the mechanics first fixed, then the body. Not what happened. We got the body fixed, and then he did some basic mechanics, and then I took it to my normal mechanic. So that's what happened with that timeline there. So yes, this is the towing section of the video.
Oh my god, I'm about to cry.
We gonna tear it up together. You're not gonna do anything to it.
Nope.
No, y'all gotta hear how garbage this Miata sounds. Is that a Decepticon in the background? Like he's still going. He's been doing that since the top floor of the deck. Leave! Jesus. Intermission yet again. So that right there is I threw that in for pure comedic relief of how garbage and awful that Miata sounded. He literally, that clip goes on for another 6 minutes of him chopping down the deck. I don't even know if he stopped. I don't know where he went, but he just that rev went on for 6 minutes, and then a clapped out EcoBoost Mustang also comes, and it's like a cornucopia of vehicular garbage. It was awful, but I thought it was funny, so I thought I should add it. This next section, I don't think I recorded a part for this, but later that day, after it got towed, we went there that day, and we talked to Angel, who I'm going to introduce in the next clip or two. That's the body shop guy who fixed the actual body of the car and the O2 radiator area. He fixed that part, which I knew needed to be fixed, like I said before. So he fixed that part like I knew needed to be fixed. So yes, this is that part where, this next part is where we go and take pictures of the car sitting on the lot, fresh on the lot, when it just got there. Alright guys, so it's been a week since I filmed the initial part of the video. The car has been towed to a shop about 5-10 minutes from my house, which was actually recommended to me and my mother by the normal shop that services our Infinitis. They are a specialty Infiniti shop, Gwinnett Performance. They do especially Infiniti, Nissan. He recommended me a body shop in my area called Angel's Body Shop, I believe it's called. Real cool guy. Angel is really cool guy. We got it towed there Saturday, and then I think Sunday morning we went over there. No, I'm sorry, Saturday night. We did all the talking over it, looked through the car, yada yada yada. Had some communication throughout the week. My part for the LED grill emblem did come in last night. And then on on Wednesday, he sent me the quote, and it was about 5.4K, which it's a lot of money, especially in today's economy. That's a lot of money, but it's less money than that would have spent me just getting the parts to repair the BMW. The parts alone to repair that BMW was 7K because I priced it out. So it's 5.4K. He's gonna fix the bumper, obviously a whole new radiator, bumper, condenser, assembly, all that. And he's gonna fix an old scratch we had on a car since I was 2 or 3 years old, back when I lived in New Jersey. So he's gonna repair that scratch as well. I believe that was on a quote. Now don't give me we'll see when the car's I believe that was on a quote. It said left side rear quarter, something like that on the quote. And then once we get the car fixed, we're gonna take it to Gwinnett Performance. Get the inspection of the fluids, battery, all that yada yada, because the car has been sitting for 2 years and a couple months. So it needs to be anything that needs to be cycled through has got to be cycled through before I start driving it like normal, because don't want to put any more extraneous money into this car that I don't need to put in. But I did find 2 radio modules that I was gonna put potentially in the car. I gotta verify, make sure they work properly with the car, because I was told that certain modules can mess up the internals of the radio in the Infiniti and mess up the entire electronics in the car. So that's something I've got to run by and make sure that everything is cool. But it's coming along well. I'm very excited. So I'll throw some pictures up as well of the quote and the bumper. Went over there. It was also put some pictures up here as well of the car when we went back after he took the bumper off and inspected the car, and we went inside the shop. We saw the bumper sitting there, so we saw him we didn't see him take it off, but we knew he was getting it done. And he's very nice, very professional, answers a lot of questions, very understanding guy. Angel's a really cool guy. So yeah, really looking forward to this fix, and I was gonna update y'all throughout the week about this stuff, but my first week back my junior year, second semester junior year, so it's been a long week for me. But yeah, hopefully the next update is when the car is done. So yeah.
Little did I know, it was a journey filled with delay and despair.
Hey guys, so I'm back with another update. So it is now Sunday, January 25th. Around this time, originally I was supposed to get the car fixed, but as y'all know, well, for one, big winter storm sweeping across the east. So there's that, and then 2, even before that happened, a part for the car got delayed. So the car may be done Tuesday or Wednesday. Now, I don't know if the winter storm is going to factor into that. Now, he told me the expected time was Tuesday or Wednesday before the winter storm hit. This was on Wednesday when I last talked to him. So, actually, no. We last talked to him, it was either Thursday or Friday. So that was before the winter storm hit, and he said Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll see when Tuesday or Wednesday comes. And also, finding a CarPlay for this G35 has been the most nerve-wracking part about this, I honestly think. There are so many different CarPlay modules you can get for a G35. There's a lot, and there's also not a lot. Because a lot of them, most of them, places like Nifty City, which is a big one, they sell a CarPlay module for $650. And then I think My VQ Parts, they sell a module as well, but they get them shipped from Alibaba and AliExpress. They also have them, but Nifty City, My VQ Parts buys them from Alibaba, marks up the price because they can, and they sell them for those prices. So I found the company that they dropship it from is called Aston, Azton, Aston, and they sell a module for $320. And I'm like, okay, I can get this one for $320 instead of paying these marked up prices. But the AS10 module interferes with the AC controls on the original, radio on the G35. So I'm like, I thought this was a good one. I looked right into it. People have AC controls, sound clipping issues. I'm like, don't want to spend $300 on something like that. Install it into the radio and then mess it up. And people said, oh, I took the AS10 module out and it's fine. So that was off the table. I looked at some Grom devices. The Grom ones are $579. Grom seems widely used in many other car manufacturers. People use a lot of Grom audios in their other cars. But I also saw audio clipping issues and connection issues and a whole bunch of stuff. And the Grom one is like $559 for the V Lite, I think it's called, and then the V Line 2 is like $680. And the V Line 2 is like, it's a module the same way the other ones are, but this module is its own Android tablet in essence. It runs on Android by itself rather than mirroring CarPlay through your phone. And I kind of don't need that, especially if I'm installing it on the factory G35 screen, which is already, it's like 480p, I think. So I'm not going to need an Android tablet in my car. I just need the CarPlay mirroring so I can have my music and my maps up on the screen with modern technology, UI elements, all that. So that leads me to the most logical option in my eyes is the CarLink Life module, $600. I've seen nothing but good reviews from CarLink Life. They also seem like they have the easiest installation process and the easiest integration into the factory UI. You just hold the back button on the steering wheel or the infotainment system cluster for 3 seconds, and it pops back to the old UI. The other boxes, I haven't seen easier ways or really any way to swap back. And the CarLink Life they have an installation video from the company and a video of the company using it. Granted, it's a short video, but it's still a video nonetheless. And on Reddit, CarLink Life has decent reviews from it has the better reviews of what I've seen in like Lexuses or Lexi. I don't know what you would call a plural Lexus cars, but yeah, like the AS10 one, I did not see a lot of good reviews. I saw good reviews, but I also saw like a lot of issues. Same thing with the Grom in Infinitis and other like Lexi and other car brands and Dodges and stuff. You see good reviews, but then you see a lot of these problems. And with the CarLink Life, even though it's $600, I don't see all those problems. So even though I don't want to spend the $600, it just seems like the safest module to buy. And also, the CarLink Life module has like built-in camera or backup camera support into the module itself. Now the Aston one has that too, but it doesn't look the same as the CarLink Life one. And with the Grom audio one, you have to buy cables to adapt it. So if I got the Grom audio one plus the adapter cable, it's now $600. So it's like, I've spent literally 2 weeks looking at all these modules, and I keep going back to the CarLink Life one. So that's probably what I want to get. I did already get a backup camera. It was $40 off Amazon, and it goes behind the license plate. So I'm excited to get that in because I think it looks cool. It'll look better than the one I have on there now, which is like an Arm & Hammer. I know, not Arm & Hammer. Armor All. It's an Armor All. It was like a extended mirror with a dash cam embedded into the mirror. It was actually pretty cool, but me and my grandpa did it amateur installation style. I had the cables running through all the cabin. So I'm gonna have the backup camera and the module installed, synced up together, and then professionally installed so the cameras are hidden and it looks seamless and integrated. So literally all we have to do now is I have to just figure out a module, because I got the camera, I got like steering wheel covers, seat covers, all of that. We're going to go through all that once the car is here, and I put everything on there. We're going to do a whole walkthrough of its revitalization, and I just actually got to get the car in itself. So we're Tuesday, Thursday, I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm kind of hoping Tuesday more than Wednesday, because Tuesday I'll be at home, and I go to work later that day, so it's easy for me to get it either before or after work. On Wednesday, I'll be at school all day, so it'll be sitting there an extra night done, and I kind of don't want that. So honestly, I'm hoping for Tuesday at the earliest. Realistically speaking, maybe. I don't know if he's gonna work on it tomorrow. I don't think he will because the roads still may be icy tomorrow. Like, school is closed for me at Georgia State, and then they canceled the county schools, so I won't have work either. So by Monday is pretty much open, but I don't think anyone's going to be anywhere on Monday besides like essential workers. So I don't think he will be at the shop Monday. I wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't be mad if he didn't go. I wouldn't go either myself. So Tuesday at the earliest, I'm hoping. If it's done on Wednesday, hopefully like my classes get canceled or something, I can come home earlier. I don't know. But yeah. If not Tuesday, then Thursday. But I really am excited to get my car back. It's been 2 years and some change, so really excited to get all this stuff installed in the car, get back driving it, get all that stuff fixed. And then visual mods, I haven't decided on that yet. Might leave it stock because I really do like the look. It's classy yet sporty. It's from 2007, the design, but it still looks good today. So, visual mods, I'm not too sure. Was never super keen on it, but, you know, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. But let's just hope for the essential stuff and the infotainment stuff. So, yeah. Hopefully the next update I give y'all is us actually getting the car. And then after we get the car, I'll film the part of me having everything installed. And that should be the end of the video, hopefully. So, yeah. Hey guys, I'm back again with another intermission. It's been a while since my last one. I'm currently still editing the video. This next part is 2 days after the update I just filmed right here. And this next part will be the part that was delayed. So it's 2 days after the last part I filmed. So the last part was the 25th, and this part is the 27th. So I just checked through all the footage. I have a lot of footage to sift through. We're almost done to the point where you guys I'm about to walk out and show y'all the car. Everything's been kind of hard for me to keep up with it because, you know, I'm going through a move and I'm about to start working. School starting back up, so I'm about to start working, and then my school myself is about to start back up, so, you know, I got a lot of things to worry about in my last year of college, or senior year of bachelor's degree. So yeah, I've been looking down the whole time. So yeah, we're getting there. It's taking me a while to edit the video. It's taking me a little longer than I expected, but yeah, hope you guys are still enjoying the video, and thank you if you're still here, because I know this is about 30-40 minutes into the video, so greatly appreciate it if you're still here.
Okay, this is the part. So you see this side have both of the arms complete, and this side one of the arms is broken. So that's why I don't want to put it like that. They have to send me a new one. The guy just come up today, he take a picture and call the company, so they're gonna go ahead and bring it to me.
What's up guys, I'm back with another update. It's February 2nd, Monday, February 2nd. I think the last update I was supposed to get the car on Tuesday or Wednesday of last week, so that would have been, I'm not doing the math right now, but that would have been, oh dang, now I want to do it. So I was supposed to get the car on the 27th or the 28th of January last year. Last week. But what happened? Yeah, the shipping parts got delayed, like I said. And then some of the parts he got, he didn't like the quality of them, so he sent them back, got some new ones, so that also took some time. But Thursday, we actually were able... Wow. Thursday, Friday, they did actually get significant work done on the car. And it was supposed to be done by Friday or Saturday. Saturday morning, snowstorm came in, about 4 to 5 inches of snow. So Saturday and Sunday, they didn't work on the car. They're working on it it was supposed to be done today, this afternoon. It's 5 o'clock now on Monday. It's supposed to be done today. They found some frame damage when taking the stuff apart, so they're pulling that out now. So I was told that if it's not done by tonight, it will for sure be done by tomorrow. So, and also, I decided to hold out on getting the on getting the CarPlay radio, because I just wanted to get the car fixed first. Like, I saw the price of the CarPlay radio, and I'm like, I was gonna get the CarLink Life one, and that's $600. And I was like, that's a lot of money. I will get it eventually in the coming months, but right now in February, before I even pay for the car's repairs, that's a bit much money. So right now I just want the car fixed, functional, operational. Gonna get it inspected once it's done. I'm excited for tomorrow. I've been excited for a couple of weeks now, but yeah, fingers crossed tomorrow, hopefully that part of the video will be, the next part I film will hopefully be me getting the car. Let's hope. Me again. So, I didn't get the car the next day. That was filmed on the 2nd. I got the car back on the 5th. So the next part you're going to see is the videos that Angel sent me of the car when it was fixed, and that was the day I got it. So that's the next part you're about to see. Hey guys, JT. Oh, this is an update. Hey guys, I'm back with another update. So I believe it was a week ago. I think it was last Monday I last made an update. February 2nd, I think it was. Yeah, I was at school. Last Monday I made an update saying I would get the car on Tuesday or Wednesday. I ended up getting it on Thursday. I was so excited I didn't really film anything that night. But yeah, I got it home on Thursday. I'll throw the picture up. The only picture I took, a really janky picture, while I was putting in my seat covers and my steering wheel cover. But yeah, I took that one picture, and then on the way home, the power steering noise from when I hit the deer was still there. So we took it to our mechanic, Gwinnett Performance. They work on Nissan and Infiniti cars. So we took it to them, and I was like, hey guys, yeah, here for the inspection after the inspection after the body work that I spent $6K on, and that's important. And it's like, they're like, okay, yeah, we'll take it, we'll inspect it, look at it. And I also said, oh, the steering is loud. They're like, okay, we'll get that too. And then it turns out, the power steering hose was busted. He said from an accident, looks like, and that lines up from the deer. So the power steering hose was busted from the deer when I hit the deer, and it was still busted post-fix at the body shop. I'm like, okay. And he said the power steering hose was too long from whoever replaced it the first time. I'm like, ugh. Cool. Not only that, but the fan controller for the engine was also broken from the impact.
Fans running while key is on, indicating bad fan control module.
So I needed a new fan controller, or else the engine would overheat. And a differential bearing or something like that was, I'll throw all the pictures for all this stuff up here. The differential bearing was rusted, and I had to get that replaced. So in total, that was $1,800, or we'll just say $2K for the sake of, you know, rounding and ease of access. But the final repair cost was actually $5,700, extra $300 in the quote because they had to pull out the frame of the bodywork. But I'm really happy with the bodywork. The bodywork looks great. The repaint looks awesome. He even fixed a scuff that had been on the car since I was 3 years old. So since 2010, they fixed the scuff on the car. It looks gorgeous now. I'm so happy with the car, and I'm happy with the way it drives now. But on Thursday, I got the car. Thursday night, I got the car after work. Friday morning, I took it to the shop, and they said, yeah, we're going to take all weekend to fix this. So they took Saturday, Sunday, and all up today to fix it, and then they ended up getting it fixed. Like, and I drove it home after school. Like, okay, the car feels great. So all we got to do is get it tagged, because they also did the emissions testing for me. And then my mom, while I was at school, she took it to the tags office, and they gave us the tag. I'm getting a custom tag. I'm not going to say what it is yet. I'm going to wait for the video. I'm going to show it when I get it. Actually, no, that might be long. So I'm getting a custom tag with JayTKix 13. So I have multiple options. I did letter J, letter T, letter K, 13. That's the one I went with. Also had JAYTK 13. And I also had just JayTKix, my full name. I was leaning towards JayTKix, you know, because that is my internet handle on every platform ever. But I was like, I don't know, man. I want that 13. Like, I got my 13 chain on right now. But my lucky number 13, that's what I dub it. That's an important number to me. That's my birth date, the 13th of July. So 7 and 13 are important numbers to me. But like, I was like, I gotta incorporate 13 in here. I didn't want to do JAYTK because I thought that was too long. It looked weird. So I did initial of the username, not my actual name. So I did initial 13. Like, this looks great. This is awesome. So I'm really excited to get everything done. I ended up not going with the CarPlay module. I just got like a dashboard mounted CarPlay for $70. It was on sale for $50. Not $50. It was on sale for 50% off. I'm like, this is a steal. So it was a $70 vertical CarPlay screen. It looks really good. I did a test fit in the car. I like it, kinda. I'm just a little worried about on-road visibility. But I see so many people in their cars with it. I'm thinking it's probably just a me thing, and it's probably not that big a deal. So we'll see tomorrow, because tomorrow I have a mobile electrician coming in to fix my subwoofer. So I also ordered a secondhand subwoofer from an old G35, G37 part to replace my current subwoofer. And it was much bigger than I expected it. It's sitting upstairs right now, waiting for tomorrow morning for the electrician to come and install it. But yeah, so the rebuild is going great. It spent $6K on the body, $2K on maintenance, so that's $8K just to get it back up and running. It's $8K that was... It wasn't hard for me to spend, because I do love the car, but it's like, that's a lot of money. It kind of stung a little bit, but at the end of the day, I just really wanted to get the car fixed, because the G35 is a... I should have been looking here the entire time. The G35 is just a sports car icon. I don't care what anyone says. The G35 is a sports car. You look on Infiniti's website, they dub it as a sports car, sports coupe and sedan, the G35. So that's what I'm gonna call it. That's a sports car. I'm just really excited about it. But yeah, tomorrow we get the subwoofer installed, possibly the reverse camera, because the CarPlay system I bought did come with a reverse camera. I'm not sure yet. I gotta wake up tomorrow and figure out what I want to do with the camera. I do want the camera installed. I just don't know if I have the electrician install it tomorrow, maybe at a later date, or maybe I can go back and do it. Because the first camera I put on there was me and my grandpa did it, and it didn't look too hard. So I think I can do it the second time, but then again, I don't want to mess anything up. So I might just let the electrician do it. But yeah, didn't get an update because it was a busy weekend. It was also Super Bowl weekend. Bad Bunny killed it at that halftime performance, by the way. That was Kendrick and then Bad Bunny back to back. That was like top Super Bowl performances ever, bro. Later, we'll talk more about that at a later date. But yeah, really excited for the car. So that's the update a week later from my last update. We have the car. Well, we had the car, gave it away for 3 more days. Now we got it back, and we've got it back, hopefully, for sure. Now is the fun part. We fixed. Well, the subwoofer is the last main thing. But now, once we get the subwoofer tomorrow, now's the fun part. Hey guys, voiceover JT here. So this is the part of the installation of the new subwoofer. There's the old one on the seat there. I believe this is a day or 2 after the previous update. Might have been the next morning, but yeah, there's the rear shelf. I thought it was cool to film this because you never get to see the rear shelf of your car. There's the new subwoofer in there. We were testing it out before he clips it all together. The whole back seat kind of just is like one big Lego set, and I thought that was really cool. Next, we will go over the total cost of the parts that I fixed after my last update when I stopped filming. So back to just regular me speaking on camera. Hey guys, face cam JT back again. So you guys just saw the part where I had the electrician install a subwoofer. He also installed the my rear camera that I bought with my CarPlay system. We will go over that once I do the actual walk around of the vehicle. But before we do the walk around, we have to go over all of the things I repaired since my last update, which was the night before I got the subwoofer installed, and then the last thing I recorded being fixed was the subwoofer and the rear camera being installed. I'm accompanied by NBA Finals MVP, NBA Cup MVP, SB's Best Male Athlete of the Year, point guard for the New York Knicks from New Brunswick, New Jersey. I am also from New Brunswick, New Jersey. Jalen Brunson Burner. Jalen Brunson Burner. Brunson Burler, Jalen Brunson. Fun fact, my name was almost Jalen, but it's not. Okay. Celebrity guest appearance out the way. Let's go over the unseen and unforeseen repair costs. Okay, so later that day, literally about an hour after the electrician left, when I turned the car on and just did a walk around again, I'll put the videos up and pictures up of all this stuff I'm going to mention. When I turned the car on, there was a rattling in the rear of the car on both sides. So I filmed it, sent it to Gwinnett Performance, the mechanics there. And I was told it was a loose muffler clamp. So it was easy fix. They'll secure it for free. They'll do a free muffler clamp securing. That took, I think, how long did that take? They did it quick. It took maybe about an hour, less than an hour. And I will be, there will be possibly a lot of jump cuts in this section because I do have to look at my phone and my notes as I'm telling you guys this information. So it'll be a little choppy, but just bear with me because there's a lot of things to go through. Okay, so $0 for the muffler clamp. 2 days later, my mom noticed a drop of oil spots in our garage under the front of the car, specifically the passenger side of the car. There was an oil spot in our garage. It was pretty deep. We texted Gwinnett Performance about it. They said could be residual after repair, fluids running through the car. The car is releasing old sat fluids for 2 years and 2 months that the car was hitting. So like, okay, that makes sense. So they're like, give it a few days. If it's still dripping oil wherever you go, let us know. And it did keep dripping oil, and we did let them know. So February 12th is where we first noticed it. 2 days after the subwoofer and motor, the clamps in the back were repaired. So the 19th. The 19th is when we said, okay, it's dripping a lot of excess oil. Let's see what's going on. So we dropped it off. Sorry, we dropped it off on the 20th. We dropped it off on February 20th to see what's going on. So we took it there, and they said the power steering return was still damaged, and he said it looked like it was crash damage. So they fixed the power steering tube that was too long. They resealed it, got the fitment right, so that was there. The sound was gone from the power steering hose actually leaking fluid, but the power steering return in itself was broken, and it was a pretty decent gash, excuse me, and they fixed it. But also what was occurring at the same time was I was getting battery flashing, like on the dash. The battery light was flashing, and also it was like a red check brake light on the speedometer, something like that. It was like check brake or something. It was red. It would flash for like a second and then go off, and it was intermittent. Sometimes it would flash right when I started the car. Sometimes if I drove it for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, sometimes it would go for days without flashing. But it was flashing from the time I got it fixed on the 9th up until, we'll get to that later, but it was flashing, and I'm like, while you guys are fixing the power steering return, can you check the battery? They're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. They did the power steering return, and they installed that. They checked it, and they said because it was an all-wheel drive system, it's a bit more involved, which it makes sense. You got 4 wheels to manage instead of just 2. So they cleaned that. They checked the charging system because I said, remember, it was flashing, so I thought it was the battery alternator or whatever, something like that. They gave it back. They said the charging system was good. I believe this repair was done within a day, a few hours, about 3-4 hours, and it was a $300 repair. $300 repair. So I'm like, okay, great, that's done. It stopped leaking power fluid. It stopped making the power steering leaking noise, but the battery flashing did not go away. So from February 29th, I believe I said, all the way until April 1st. April 1st, I was at school. I had taken 2 tests that day. It's April 1st. I'm at school. And I've taken 2 tests. And my car battery dies on me. It literally dies at like 6 p.m. I'm in downtown Atlanta. I just took 2 tests. Both of them, one of them I did well on. One of them I did not. This felt like a really bad April Fool's Day to me. I took 2 tests, 2 hard tests. And I'm stranded at Georgia State in a parking deck in downtown Atlanta, 6 p.m. I really only know the one side of the campus I've been on my entire time at Georgia State. I'm like, this is freaking ridiculous. So I call my mom. She calls AAA. They come get me in the parking deck, which I don't know how they got in. I guess since you can tell the clerks at the toll that, hey, I'm here to jump someone's car. They probably just let you in pretty easily. But yeah, the guy was super nice. He came in, jump started my car. I now know that the battery drained because so I had a digital class for my first class, and I like to sit in my car for that first digital class, which is about an hour and a half. When I turned the car off, the headlights will still sit on unless I open the door and then close it again to let the car know that I've gotten out, or I've at least attempted to get out. If I just turn the car off and sit, the headlights will sit on that entire time. The headlights sat on for that hour and a half and drained the battery. On top of what was going wrong with the alternator and the battery, I will tell you all that in a second. That created some serious power drain, shut the battery down on the day I had 2 tests. April Fools to me, huh? It wasn't scary, but it was just a long day for me. I was like, man, I'm just so ready to go home. But I was able to get the car fixed. I was able to get home at my normal time. So yeah, that was pretty nerve-wracking day. The next morning, we took it to Gwinnett Performance. So they replaced the battery because the battery was already pretty old. I think I replaced it 2 years before I hit that deer anyway. So by the time it was like, yeah, you might want to replace it anyway, battery life. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So we replaced the battery for $260. And I also got new windshield wipers installed because my wipers are also old and decrepit, and they were not wiping anything off in heavy downpours. You know, if you live in Georgia, you know these southern downpours, they're quick, but they're heavy. So couldn't really see anything. Got the windshield wipers replaced too. That was something easy. So I was about 310 that day. 320, I'm sorry. 320 that day. Oh, also, I forgot. We got the battery replaced. It's not in these text messages, so I didn't see it. But I think I want to say a day to a week later, 1 to 7 days later. Nope, I'm wrong. It's not in these text messages, so I'm a little trying to remember. What was actually wrong was that since the power steering return was broken and the power steering hose was leaking, remember they fixed those two about a month before this happened, a few weeks before this happened. It was leaking into the alternator, which was actually causing those flashes on the dash, the battery flashing and the check brake soon red light. It was because the power steering fluid was leaking into the alternator, causing it to throw codes intermittently. I guess the chemicals, whatever in the power steering fluid was getting into alternator, and it couldn't keep a consistent charge. So that included with the power draw with the headlights, killed the battery. So they checked the date when I last had the alternator replaced. It was right before I got the in the accident with the deer. They said, you know, it's still under warranty. We'll replace this alternator under warranty. So I got my free alternator replacement. So what was a $300 job that day could have been more. So thank you to Gwinnett Performance. You know, I've been there so much in life, but especially in like this 3-month span, I kept coming back. They're like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with it now? Let's get you back on the road. Let's get you back in safe condition. They've been really nice throughout our entire time, like 10 plus years going there, I think. But especially in this process of getting the G35 fixed, they cared about the car as much as we cared about the car. And it was, it's really nice to just have a shop like that close to you. So I really am grateful for Gwinnett Performance and Angel's Body Shop for all the work they've done. But we still got one more fix. I was at Dairy Queen, eating lunch before work, and the car starts shaking. Like shaking violently, like that. But it was like really loud. So I turned the car off. I pulled out the Dairy Queen line. I was about to get my chicken strips. I was excited. So I pulled out of line. Car shaking. I don't even want to start it. It's shaking so bad. But there's no smell and there's no leakage. So I'm thinking, hey, this is a motor mount. This is on May 12th, right before I go to work that day. Happened 2 hours before I went to work. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got spent all this money getting it fixed. Now something's wrong with the engine, because I knew it was the engine, because the revs were at idle and shaking the whole car. I'm like, oh my god, an engine problem is the last thing I want right now. But you know, it's an engine, so you've got to get it fixed. I was able to drive the car home with my grandfather and then drive it to Gwinnett Performance. It was at reduced power this entire time. You could press the pedal down about halfway, still only get about the normal power from quarter or a third throttle. Like it was at reduced power. Now I know modern cars, they would tell you when they have reduced power when they have engine problems. I believe since this Infiniti is from 2007, it doesn't tell you, it just does it. And also had a check engine light. So I've never had a check engine light before. I never drove with a check engine light before. I was like, this is freaking terrifying. So I'm like trying to give it like not full beans, but try to give it enough beans where it'll go and I'm not holding up traffic. But I had to just hold up traffic. So on the way to Gwinnett Performance, I had my mom trail me, be like my buffer to the traffic. So I was able to drive, like I had to drive like 15 under the limit. That was the longest drive of my life, and it's not a long drive at all. But it felt 5 times as longer than what it was, just because the car was shaking whenever I would slow down, and it would lurch. Because it's at reduced power. It just doesn't want to give power because it's trying to protect itself from literally blowing up. So I'm like, okay, let me just relax and focus on driving. So I was able to get there. And they tell me that I'm having cylinder misfires. I'm like, oh great. Cylinder misfires. And they replaced the ignition coils. And that was $160 for the 6 ignition coils, because I have a V6 engine. So $160 per 6 ignition coils, plus a $250 installation fee, amounting to $1,200. $1,200. That's a lot. That's a lot of freaking money, man. But you have to pay it. It's the engine, and it's my car. Drove my mom's QX60 for like a year. Great car, but it's not my car. You know, it's not me. The G35 is my car. Sedan, sporty. Love that car. We've literally had it since it was fresh off the lot. My mom is the only person to own that car. So, yeah, we love this car. And I'm like, okay, I got the money for it. Let's get it fixed. So, we got it fixed. One more. I thought it was done. We've got one more problem to discuss. This time, I was also on my way to work. This was summer camp work at this time, so this was June 15th. I pull out my garage. It was a torrential downpour season. I put on my garage, and I'm looking at my A-pillar, on my driver's side A-pillar. I'm like, you know, there's like a strange darkness to the bottom side of my A-pillar, and I touch it, and it's cold, it's squishy, it's super wet. I'm like, something in this roof is leaking. That's great. So the next day on June 16th, we take it to the Gwinnett Performance. I drove to work with the clogged drain pipe in my A-pillar because it didn't rain that day, thank God. But I had to park that day with my windows open so the electrical wouldn't get wet and sodden, and so that the A-pillar could dry properly with no water line. I don't think there's a water line on it because it was like soaked for just one day. So I was spared that it decided not to rain that day, but it rained like 2 days before and like 3 days after. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting real good with this timing of the happenstances of these issues with the car. So we take it to Gwinnett Performance, and they say it's drain plugs. They're clogged. We're gonna get you new ones, and we're gonna poke holes in these new ones, bigger holes. So I was told that the stock drain plugs that Nissan puts in the roofs, I guess, of the cars from this era, 2007, Infiniti, Nissan, they both use the same drain plugs, obviously. They clog really easily, and they don't put big holes from factory. So the ones they gave me, they're OEM drain plugs, but they poke holes in them, so it's less likely for it to get clogged. So I'm glad they've dealt with that enough to know how to circumvent an OEM issue even after you replace that part. So they replaced my drain plugs for $410. And that was my final repair. And I was like, man, you've got to love a car to spend this much money. It was literally more trouble than it was worth, like on paper. But man, if you've never driven a FM platform Nissan, so a Nissan 350, 370, G35, 37, Q50 or 60, you've got to drive it. They handle so good. The weight transfer is so good. The power delivery is so good. They're such fun cars, and you see them everywhere, and you don't understand why they're everywhere until you drive one. They are such fun cars, even at cruising speed and switching lanes at cruising speed at the speed limit. You're still gonna have so much fun. I'm not a post speed limit driver. I stay at the speed limit. I don't speed, and I still have a lot of fun. Even when you pull out parking lots, you feel the traction and the all-wheel drive system and the way the body rolls. It's such a good car. You have to love a car to spend this much money on it. And I wouldn't recommend, but I would do it again. How much money I've spent on this car. Hopefully I don't have to do it again. I need this car to last me until next year when I get my Camaro. Please. And last past that, because I don't want to see this car fail and like be so expensive you just can't replace it. I want this car to live a longer and healthier life. It spent its whole life with us, and we've had it for, like I said, 20 years. You've had this car since the minute it rolled off the lot. This is the V36 body. My mom was one of the first people in Jersey to get one, and yeah, now they're everywhere, but we had it first, so you know, it's a little more special to us. But here is the total cost breakdown of everything we did to the car. So here are the total costs of the mechanical things we fixed. So February 5th, we spent $5,700 on the body repair. February 9th, we spent $1,900 on post-body mechanical repair. That's what I put, post-body mechanical repairs. February 10th, we spent $235 for the subwoofer installation and the subwoofer in itself. Then, February 20th, we spent $300 on the power steering return fix. On April 3rd, we paid for $320 for the new battery, the alternator under repair under warranty, so that was free, and new wipers. May 12th, I paid $1,200 for the ignition coil repair, and then on June 15th, I spent $410 for the drain plug repair, bringing this grand total of all these basic maintenance plus mechanical post crash and post body shop inspection repairs. I paid about $10,165 with, of course, a lot of help from my mom financially to fix the G35, which is it's a lot of money. The car is worth about $8,000 roughly, so yeah. But we don't plan on selling it anytime soon, so that really doesn't matter. I love the car. I love what was done to the car. I'm very grateful for everybody's help on fixing the car. And now, let's get to the actual walk around of the car, and then we'll do a cost breakdown edition once we do the walk around of the car, and I'll show you guys everything that I had done to the inside of the car.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hey, what's up guys? JayTKix here. Well, I don't know why I'm introducing myself. This is still the end of the video. So we reached the end of the video. It's time to show off the car. And I just got finished washing all three of our. There's proof right there of the hose. I actually had to drag that from the back all the way to the front because this green one has a massive hole in it. So yes, just watched the G35, my mom's 2024 CLA 250, the replacement for the gone but never forgotten 430i convertible, and our QX60, which was my main mode of transportation for about a year. Well, 2 years. Well, this was getting fixed. And also moving things, and then car wash station all in boxes. But let's get into the meat and taters of what we all came here for. G35 key. Let's unlock it. And if you know anything about G35s, you'll see that this white light is different than your normal G35 because we actually went through and modified all of the interior lights from those old yellow, I think they were halogen or something, filament, the yellow bulbs that were kind of dim, to brand new LED bulbs in every single place that there was. What else we've changed? Well, I've had this carbon fiber inset on the wheel for, I think since I had the car when I was 15, 16-ish. So this is old, but I did get a shifter to match, like a shift cover to match because this was kind of stripped. See the old, it's kind of stripped here and here, but you know, that comes with age, 20-year-old car. And I also forgot to add that this black piece over the steering wheel, I did also add because it was also peeling on that trim right there. So that black plastic piece, that clear shiny piece y'all see, is also a piece I added to the steering wheel. That's what you're gonna get. So we've got a blue steering wheel cover, black and navy, and that matches with our seat cover here. Kind of not with our sunshade, but we've got seat covers around the entire car and my, in case of emergency, Nike jacket. We've got headrest pillows for passenger and driver. When I get out, I'll show y'all. And then I've got an armrest that is also navy blue. Can you guess my favorite color yet? And again, a headrest for the driver. And then something else we did was we actually put a projector in the door light. Now, the old projectors we had were like stick onto the door. This one had it and the QX60 had it, but then we bought actual insets for the door so it comes out naturally every time, and it looks really, really, really good. And I forgot, while I was sitting in the car, it's so hot, you know, this summer, and it's humid from me just washing cars, I was ready to get out. But we also have our inset pieces, kind of our shiny plastic trim on all four of the doors. Shiny plastic trim everywhere. And then around back, we've got the custom plate JTK13, NASCAR 75th anniversary edition frame, and our rear view camera that was actually routed through this wiring intake here. The electrician did. And there is our white LED bulb replacement in the trunk as well. And like I said before, both sides of the fronts have the projections on the ground. And as we come around the front here, you see we got a nice orange purple haze from the Georgia sunset. See the nice glisten from the garage lights on the freshly washed bumper, on the brand new bumper, brand new grille, emblem, everything. It looks brand new. Can't even tell that it was damaged and replaced. Can hardly tell the headlights were out of place and cracked either. And you really can't tell that the hood was dented in right here and right here. The doors are closed because the hinges are old. But let's get some light on there. What a gorgeous piece of Japanese machinery. Now, let's get into what I don't like about what I did to the car. Now, we sit here, I'm gonna turn the car into accessory mode, flip up my Black Panther ignition cover that I've also had since I had the car. Let's put it in accessory mode here. Let the infotainment come on. Gorgeous. Also forgot to mention 2023 graduating class, Tequila High. Tassel hung on the rear view mirror. Now here's what I don't like about this car. Not the car, but what I did to the infotainment system is this thing right here. Now here's what I don't like about the car, is this hunk of junk right here. This Volam 9.26 inch screen, I think, CarPlay system. So I bought the CarPlay system before the car was even fixed in early February. Then I got it, and then a myriad of problems arose. It looked good, but then problem number one, the aux cable that you plug in to get the best sound quality has static. The aux port is just full of static. So when I routed it from here down into the console, nothing but static and garbage. It sounded like trash. So I just used the FM receiver, and I have it over a local Spanish Latin pop station. The FM receiver is actually really good. Probably one of the best FM receivers I've ever heard. But we'll see if this disconnects while I'm talking about it. You want to disconnect yet? No, you don't. This thing is a hunk of junk. It disconnects every 2 to 5 minutes, and that's especially dangerous when I'm driving and I don't know where I'm going. It's going to disconnect right before a turn or something, and I'm going to drive much longer than I need to. It's really freaking annoying, and it's just unacceptable for the $70 I paid for this thing. It pisses me off to no freaking end. And I tried to email the person, because, well, the company that sells this, because I checked the Amazon reviews. Other people have this only with Android Auto. This is not a CarPlay issue. This is a solely Android Auto issue. Some guy said he was able to email them, get a software update, and it fixed the disconnection issue. I emailed them. They haven't responded to me yet. So Volam, if you have any representatives out here, if you want to bump this review of this product from a 2 out of 5 star to a 4.5 out of 5 stars, then please send me an update file somewhere so I can get this Android Auto thing fixed. It's extremely annoying. And of course, while I'm talking, it doesn't want to disconnect. But that's fine, whatever. Hey guys, Editing JT back again with another voiceover. If you guys want to see me do a full review on this Volam CarPlay system, let me know, because I will gladly talk about more stuff that I don't like about the system, or really just develop why I don't like this system. I said why I don't like it, but I can develop it to a full video. So if you guys have even watched this far and you want to see a full-length video on that, let me know. I can do that for you. And I also forgot to mention that the rear view camera was routed from the trunk through the bumper, up that wiring harness in the trunk, and wired on the driver's side of the trim. It's actually a really cool thing. I kind of mad I forgot to mention it in the video, but yeah, the electrician did a great job with the camera integration system. And what I have just in case that disconnects is a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter thing that if I know where I'm going, and this thing goes out one time, I just unplug it from the port here and just switch it over to the aux, which is why I had it on aux before. I swapped it back over for the sake of demonstration. But yes, the port for this device also has a USB port to charge something. Since the device power draw is so high to actually run the thing, it kind of charges whatever you put in there slow, so I really wouldn't even use that for anything. But one more thing we're going to go over is the exterior lighting that we changed. It was a minor change, but still a good change nonetheless. Now we're at the back of the car here, and not only did we change the bulbs inside the car, but we changed it outside too. This was extremely dirty. My mom had to actually dig under here and pull them both out because I couldn't get my fingers in. So shout out to Mom for pulling out these rear license plate lights. But look how good that looks if I back up. Gorgeous. And it's so much brighter. All of it is so much brighter. Door closed again. And one more thing I almost forgot, trying to hurry up and remember everything because it is hot in this car and I'm sweating really bad, is that, let me turn the car back on to accessory mode. Hopefully I can get these to illuminate. Nope, it needs to, there's the Spanish station. So we replaced actually this entire, let me close the door, this entire panel. We dug it out, we dug it out. And I'm gonna put some pictures up there of all the things we did. We dug this out, and the passenger window right here on the OEM stock here, it would not go down. So we were like, we don't know how we're gonna get this window to work. Maybe the actuator is broken. The AC is really high. So once we actually popped the OEM one out and put this Amazon one, this thing was like 30 bucks. It also illuminates like the G37s did. The G35s, these don't illuminate. See, if you see on the passenger here, that it has no illumination. But this G37-esque version, excuse me, illuminates. It's really cool. Look at how good that looks. And speaking of G37, these trim pieces I have are cut for the G37. There is not a lot of G35 aftermarket support for headlights, interior trim, or anything. So on all 4 front and rear doors, there is G35 cut trim. I mean G37 cut trim, excuse me, and not for G35. That is pretty much my only gripe. So yeah, there we are, 245,000 miles. Now I had a Tequila High School parking pass sticker up there for years. Took it down when we got the car back, so it was on there while I was spending my entire first semester in college having the Tequila High School sticker on there. I just did not want to take it down. But yeah, that's the fix of the car. Let's wrap it up. If you want to know how hot it was inside that car, look at me. Look at this World Cup shirt that I got off for sale because World Cup's over. It's drenched, so you can see it starting to drench. Fit check, we got 13 chain on, Galaxy watch, we got the J bead bracelet, we got the Puma Millennials on the feet with the Adidas shorts. We styling. But yeah guys, I'm gonna go cool off inside, and we're going to wrap the video up because man, it's hot and humid out here. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I called it a mini doc when I started, but this is a full-fledged documentary. It's an hour and a half. So if you stayed this long, or at least if you skipped around in between the video and watched what you only wanted to watch, I greatly appreciate you either way. And shout out to my mom for helping me financially, heavily financially with the rebuild, and with like just managing the time and things around the build, keeping up with it. So big thank you to my mom for being the main driving force behind this rebuild. Thank you to my grandpa for helping me throughout the rebuild as well. Just like being like there for assistance is greatly appreciated. And once again, a big thank you to Angel's Body Shop and Gwinnett Performance. If you are in the Gwinnett area and you drive a Nissan or an Infiniti, please take it to Gwinnett Performance. They're going to do your car up something real nice, and they'll give you good prices if you keep going back. And if you need any kind of car repair, economy cars, or sports cars, supercars, Angel does it all. I've seen him do a lot of different cars while I was going back and forth between here and his body shop. So he does a lot of good work. He himself drives an Infiniti, so if you have an Infiniti, you want to take it there, like a G35 or 7, take it there, bro. He's gonna do a great job with your car if he needs a rebuild, or if you want to upgrade it, he does upgrades too. So you know, big thank you to everyone that assisted me with bringing this car back to its former glory. And thank you to all you out there watching and enjoying this video. And hopefully next time we talk about a car, it is a good thing and not a bad thing. But yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video and channel with your friends and family, and I will see you guys on the next one, whenever that may be.